Today I'm going to show you how to find all the non-RNG based stashed firearms and magazines for each firearm when possible in Into the Radius 2 0.13. The video is separated into the earliest security levels where you can find each stashed firearm as well as purchase ammo to use it. To clear up any confusion beforehand, there are two different types of stashes. One, permanent stashes that are always there until they're claimed even after the tide, and two, randomized stashes where the weapon and location is based on RNG and will refresh after each tide. These are generally the ones that you'll find nicely laid out in large containers in areas with a high enemy count. I'll be covering the stashes that are always there until they're claimed. One other thing to note is that firearms with the word stashed in front of their title have diluted stats from the original firearm, though not all stashed firearms technically have the stashed attribute. First, let's start with the only permanent stash in the peninsula, the stashed GSh-18 pistol, which you'll find behind the house on the far right side of the map. The stashed GSh-18 pistol has slightly higher stats than the PM, but the most important improvement is the 18 round magazine, which you can also find in the peninsula. In the house closest to the top of the map, you'll find the GSh-18 magazine. This area does have the highest enemy count in the peninsula, so as always, make sure to either use careful patience or blistering speed. On your way to completing the first top objective in the forest, you'll be able to pick up 3 different stashed firearms. The first one is a stashed compact GSh-27 located at the center of this pool of water. It also comes with 8 rounds of ammo, which is especially useful at this point in the game. Further along the left path in the forest, you'll see a floating house on the right side. If you crawl along this branch and climb up the ladder, you'll see the stashed GSh-27 beside the mission objective. Since at security level 0 you don't have access to a holster large enough for this firearm, you'll have to hold it while bringing it back. Keep in mind the stashed GSh-27 has extremely similar stats to the compact GSh-27, so I'd recommend selling it right away. On the last stop in the first top priority mission, you'll come to a train station. Behind that train station, the back left corner of the forest, you'll find a small area with 2 large gray cylinders, and resting along this back wall, you'll find a stashed SKS. The stashed SKS has slightly reduced damage and accuracy to the standard SKS, but overall it will perform extremely similarly. Unfortunately, you can only start buying ammo for it at security level 2, but I'd still recommend keeping it since security level 2 missions ramp up in difficulty significantly over 0 and 1, and it's a capable firearm. Directly after crossing the bridge on the bottom middle part of the forest, take a right until you see this small lit structure, and you'll find a 10 round magazine that works with your stashed SKS. Just outside the swampy area near the shelter on the right side of the forest, climb up the spiral staircase to find a stashed AKS-74U. The stashed AKS-74U has much worse stats overall compared to the stashed SKS, so unless you prefer a medium range firearm with full auto, I'd sell the AKS-74 right away. On your way to completing security level 2 near the middle right side of the forest map, you'll find a group of small interconnected floating pieces of land. On a chair at the top, there's a standard SKS, which again is slightly better than the stashed SKS. Once you've unlocked the top priority mission for security level 2, a portal will appear at the center of the same floating pieces of land. Once you jump inside, you'll be teleported inside the Mimic compound. Run to the largest building in the compound right at the center and use these stairs to get to the top floor. In the back corner of the first room to the right, there's a standard AK-74N. Overall, the AK-74N is better than the SKS. It has double the bullet velocity, comes with full auto, it's 40% lighter, and has better recoil and reliability. Personally, I'd sell the SKS, but both can work. Inside the same building as the AK-74N, one room over, you'll find a AK-74 magazine in the gray matter. The second AK-74 magazine is in this green building near the center of the forest map. The only permanent security level 3 stashed firearm is the stashed OTS-14 Groza, which is in this tower near the top right corner of the forest map. The first OTS-14 Groza magazine you'll find near the stashed SKS behind the train station in the top left corner of the forest. 2 more OTS-14 Groza magazines can be found in the middle right of the forest in these 2 patches of dirt beside each other. I would like to mention here that I did thoroughly search all the Pechorsk Outskirts and did not find a single permanent stash. I assume they're coming in the next update this fall, and I'll drop an updated guide when they do. Also, the devs gave me 3 PCVR keys to give away, 1 for the first Into the Radius and 2 for Into the Radius 2. 2. So if you want to win one for you or a friend, comment down below your favorite VR game to enter the giveaway, and I'll pick the winners in a week from when the video is released. More Into the Radius 2 guides coming soon. Appreciate you all. See you in the next one.